Large part of India has growing seasons with dry spells of more than 200 days. It becomes necessary to adopt unconventional farming practices, that is dry land farming. A large part of India is characterized as arid, that means the scope of conventional rain-fed irrigation is less in such areas. Thus, dry land farming in India was adopted to leverage these areas despite their scarcity in rainfall and irrigation facilities. Hi, my name is Yoshu and you are watching me on Freedom Farming English channel. Dryland farming or dry farming is a method where arid and semi-arid regions are opted and cultivated with drought-resistant crop varieties. In addition, with some methods to prevent their water evaporation and transpiration of plants. What is dryland farming? Dryland farming refers to crop production in an area with less than 5 mm of annual precipitation. Furthermore, the method involves the growing of crops from the moisture stored in the soil from the previous rainy season. Dryland areas often are characterized by areas with regular or deficit rainfall or areas without assured irrigation system. Such areas are known to receive rainfall between 500 to 1200 mm. To prepare the land for dry farming, tractors like John Deere 5050D and New Holland 4710 Paddy specially are highly preferred by farmers. Now let us talk about the importance of dryland farming in India. Dryland farming is highly advantageous as it helps grow crops in arid and semi-arid regions without depending on natural rainfalls. With constant climate change, certain parts of India face a chronic supplemental rainfall shortage. Thus, this dryland farming appears as a sustainable solution to grow crops despite shortage. Let's talk about the principle of successful dryland farming. Dryland farming in India depends upon 3 principles. The first one is precipitation of the land must be retained. Second one is opting of methods that can retain soil moisture to avoid evaporation or transpiration. And the third is using drought-resistant crops that are reliant on heavy and frequent rainfall. Now let us move on to dry farming techniques. What you must know. The primary objective of this farming method is to lock water in the soil for later use during dry growing seasons. Here are the following practices that are done to pursue dry land farming. Methods involve the use of drought-resistant crops that can survive in dry weather conditions. The rainfall must be about 10 inches per year, almost 250 mm. Farmers must prevent heat and evaporation during the planting and growth stage. The soil must be preserved in a way it absorbs the maximum moisture from the previous rainfall season. It should be deep, about 10 feet to 3 meters. It shouldn't contain any sand, clay or gravels that can restrict water flow. The feasible soil depth at minimum is 18 inches 450 mm. However, note that the water shortage capacity and drought resistance of any soil increases with more soil depth. Now let us talk about methods to increase water absorption in soil for dryland farming to avoid crusting at soil surfaces. Soils tend to seal or crust against water intake, thus it is important to prevent them. The rainfall can break down the clods and the soil. Tillage could be done to create a cloddy surface. Also, this process helps increase the timeline required to break the clods by raindrops and seal the surface. Small seeds should have fine bed than large seeds. Post-harvest, add a layer of mulch. Also, this will help slow down flow of rainwater and help with increased water absorption. Runoff water to a limit. Water clogging isn't an issue. However, the running water should be accessed as it can lead to erosion. Following practices can be adopted to absorb water. Cropland should be leveled well. All tillage and planting should be done perpendicular or across the slope of land. Also, this would impede that the flow of downward water movement. Building bunds or contours can help retain water. Following are the dry land farming crops in India that are suitable for growing in areas with shortage in water. First is wheat, corn, millet, pumpkin, beans, tomato, grapes, maize, sunflower, watermelon. Other major dryland crops includes pulses, crops like gram, lentil, and etc. Moreover, almost 80% of jawar, 90% of bajra, 75% of oilseeds, and 95% of pulses are obtained from dryland agriculture in India. Isn't that interesting? Well, that is it for this video. In the next video, we are going to talk about the methods to reduce loss of soil moisture evaporation and the top Indian states famous for dryland farming and some more important FAQs related to dryland farming. See you in part 2. And also, if you want to learn more about farming tools and techniques, so you can download our Freedom app. It is given in the link in the description below. Do not forget to download it to get unlimited access to courses on farming, business, and personal finance. And if you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.